What up, guys? Jelly Beans, our friend here from Streamer House, and I'm going to be going over the monks for Season 5. Some of the builds that I've been trying out and actually really enjoy. Just going to talk about the Inna set today. I am in no way, shape, or form a professional at Diablo 3. I like to just test things and get feedback from my friends or other PRs and what their experiences are in Diablo and just kind of put my own spin or twist on it. And today I'm just going to go over the Inna set. There has been some changes to the Inna set and kind of some improvements, so it's actually a very good and a successfully made damage build right now. Previously it was more of like a support build, but now it's actually pretty viable for damage. What I'm running right now is the helmet, the chest, the belt, the legs, and the gloves, and the weapon. Now this is just how I run it. I also use the crudest boots, which allows me to have double as many mystic allies as I have right now. So instead of having just 5, I have a full 10 because of the 6-piece set, which gives me an additional 5 or 5 mystic allies at all times. So it allows me to have a full 10 with those boots. I'm also using the new Bindings of the Lesser Gods that are new this season, and this allows for my Cyclone Strike to take 177% more damage from my Mystic Allies for 5 seconds, so it's really awesome to use when you're doing Greater Rifts, or just Rifts in general, and clearing up big packs, just because you're constantly dealing out damage, and your Mystic Allies are getting buffs from that. Now I'm also using the Lefebvre's Soliloquy, which are these shoulders here, is my Cyclone Strike, which is the damage I take by 48% for 5 seconds. Now you could have that possibly roll up to a 50% chance. Mine rolled pretty well at a 48. And I'm also using the Compass Rose with the Traveler's Pledge. I need to get a socket on it. I'm still working on getting a socket for this bad boy and getting a better roll. But this will allow, when I'm standing still, to increase my damage by 100%, and while moving, damage taken is reduced by 50%, which is really nice. Now this is just my basic setup here. I am using the Gogook of Swiftness legendary gem and the Bane of the Trapped, which is kind of nice, just for the added damage and things like that. So in toughness, stuff like that, so it's kind of cool. And in my cube, now this is my setup, my personal setup. There are different options and different ways you can go around it. This is just my interpretation of this build and this setup. And for mostly group play, I use Taskers of Theo for the attack speed increase for my pets by 50%, which makes my my allies really strong, and it helps out a lot. And I'm also using the Flying Dragon, a chance to double my attack speed when attacking, which is great. And it's awesome and fun, super cool, super great. And then I'm also using the Convention of Elements, which is phenomenal with my Mystic Allies because I have every single element available to me, so it's constantly cycling through and it's constantly buffing all my Mystic Allies, and yeah, so it's good numbers there. Now there's different versions you could do to this. If you are playing with a group or a team, you're gonna want to have your where are they? Your Spirit Guards right here. You're gonna want to have those cubed. And still use, obviously, your Bindings of the Lesser Gods, but have those cubes instead of the Tasker and Theos, just because you want to have that added damage reduction. So whenever you're using your spirit generators, you're taking less damage. So this is going to be more for your solo Greater Rift and things like that, so make you a lot tankier. Now, you could also do a strong arm build where you actually put on your strong arms, which anything suffered by your knockbacks to suffer an additional at the most 30% damage. Mine rolled 28% for 5 seconds when they land. And you could also use the boots instead of the crudest boots, and you could cube these and use these instead. And then also have, you know, the spirit guards equipped as well, and run Slanderer and the little rogue. It just depends on what your playstyle is like, if you want to be tankier or if you want to do more damage, or it depends if you're playing with a group or you're playing solo. Now this is the build I normally run here with just the crudest boots and the Lesser Gods bracers, and how my Kanai's cube is set up right now. I'm going to do a Greater Rift real quick, or actually, yeah, I'm going to do a Greater Rift. I've been able to do the I've been able to do 55 of myself. I haven't tried much more than that. I probably could do more. I just like to take my time with it and see how it goes. I'm not going to show you the full Greater Rift, but I will show you just how it stands up in the Rift and how easily it is to just kind of clear things. Now, to keep in mind when you are running this build, if you are playing with other monks, you kind of want to synchronize with those other monks and make sure you guys aren't like all running the Inno set, just because you don't want to keep cycling striking everything off of people and pulling all those mobs off of them and basically causing monks to have fights and parties. This is great. But this is it's pretty fun. My favorite part of this build is anytime getting a channeling pylon. It's just amazing, just being able to pop off so much stuff. Oh man, it's pretty quick and easy. It's not really too hard. I don't like to pay attention to the timer at all. I like to just kind of take my time. I don't want to try to rush or anything like that. And you know, usually I will clear this pretty quickly. Yeah, so we're just gonna run through here, kill some packs. I'm not trying to do super crazy, great, or awesome like that. And then when I get to like a good point where you guys can kind of see what this looks like as far as numbers right now, and in no way, shape, or form is my set complete. I still need some ancient pieces, some better rolls, and some offsets, and you know, my gems and things like that. So still working on those. But this is where my build is right now. I will go over the abilities I am using, and I will link down below the battle.net profile so you guys can look at my build and see how it's changing over the days, or look if you want to like reference it later, things like that, so you're not having to watch this video to try to figure out what I'm doing. You can just have a quick and simple, easy solution for you. And we're just going to go through here. I think the biggest numbers I've seen so far is 19, 20 billion. Just depends on the procs, depends on who I'm grouped with, and just honestly, you know, pylons, things like that. But yeah, this is a really strong build. You're going to be feeling really tanky with this build. You're going to be able to take a lot of damage and just kind of pretty much go through this pretty easily, as long as you don't stand in, you know, explosions or anything like that. So yeah. Now, monks have been kind of getting like the cold shoulder this season. Not a lot of people are playing them, mainly for solo play, but for group plays, they are amazing supports, as well as just damage dealers, just because they're able to group up all these packs and just deal the most damage. Ooh, speed pylon. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Now, they're not like crazy high on the solo leaderboards right now. They are tied right now with Demon Hunters, but they're good for the group play as always. So definitely keep an eye open for a good monk for your team plays if you want to do a really high level Greater Rift clears. I really enjoy this build just because I can just group things up, quickly go through it, and just kind of really easily clear things. So let's go. It's going through. Go. Now this video is gonna be pretty long. I apologize for that. Usually I try to make really short and sweet videos, but I think that I'm gonna take my time with this one and really let you guys feel this one out. It's really different and new for me to do a video like this. Normally I like to do really basic and simple videos about Ark, but I was like, you know what? We're playing Diablo right now. Season 5 has been out for a week now, and it's time to just, you know, give you guys some tender love and care about that Diablo 3 life, since we live, eat, and breathe it right now in the house. And I'm having dreams about it now, with, you know, different ideas for builds, different set piece items, things like that. So, definitely exciting. Alright. I'm going to take my time with this pack. I don't want to move on too quick. Now, I do enjoy the fact that I can have all my mantras set and going right now with the Innos as well. Makes it a lot easier because you're just getting all those added in buffs for your solo. So yeah, it's not too bad. We're gonna go back to town and I'm gonna show you guys my abilities, the different skill sets I'm using and the reasons for why I do certain things. So we're gonna go into my skills. I have to leave game and restart it because, greater rifts, you can't change your skills when you're doing a greater rift. Isn't that fun? Super cool, super great. It's the best. uh, Loading screens are the best. Alright, so now we're going to go into the skills. For my primary left click, I'm using Way of the Hundred Fists with the rune assimilation, which allows for a lot of damage when I'm hitting multiple targets, and it's just every third hit I get that increased damage, so it makes it a lot easier when I'm just attacking a lot of stuff and doing a lot of big pools, things like that. Now I'm also using Cyclone Strike with Implosion. Now, this is a must ability just because of the added in AoE damage, and you can pull up to 16 enemies within 34 yards, and I'm also doing 261 increased weapon damage as Holy, which is super cool. I really enjoy it, and I'm also using Dousing Strike, Blinding Speed, and it just allows me to dash around, get away, get into groups, maybe get out of laser beams or any kind of explosions, things like that. It also helps with my defense values as well, so I'm not getting pegged down really quick or anything like that. So it's just good for evasion. I'm also using Epiphany with Desert Shroud, which helps with my spirit regen and my tax damage or my tax speed, my melee attacks, and my it helps with reducing damage. So um, if you're ever needing to just constantly spam this, you're doing too high of a difficulty and you need to lower that a little bit just so that you're not constantly having to use this. This should be like last resort. This is what you need to survive. It shouldn't be something you need to spam constantly. If you're having to because you're either lacking spirit generation, things like that, you're going to need to really reassess your sets, your set pieces, and how you're spending your spirit regen and how you're spending your spirit itself, just so that you're not draining yourself constantly and just constantly handicapping yourself. I'm also using Mystic Ally. I am not using a rune for this because there's not a need to, specifically because of the 6-piece for Innas. You don't need to have a rune set for this. It's not a huge deal. But every time I use it, I get crazy little balls of poop. I like to call them balls of poop. And they go through and do a lot of damage. I really enjoy it. It's so great. And I'm also using Mantra of Salvation with Agility, and this is just added in defense value, so I'm not sitting here getting pegged down and dying really quickly, so that's awesome. And I'm also using Seas of Initiative, Beacon of Etar, Harmony, and Sixth Sense. Now this is my build, this is how I do it. You can have your own setup of this, your own interpretation of it. There's a whole bunch of different interpretations of the Inna set. There's sets where you use 2-piece Ulianas with Explosive Palm and using your Fist of Az. You could do that. It's just however you feel like playing. Your experience on as playing the monk this season, completely up to you, 100% up to you. This is just my version of it. I'm going to try to go over the Sunwuku set for what I do for the Sunwuku set and how I enjoy it. I might be saying it wrong, I'm sorry. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this was informative and helpful, and so you guys can kind of get an idea of my build. And a lot of people in chat are always asking me, like, what's my build? What's my build? What's my build? So I'm just going to make this quick, not super quick video to explain it for you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know what builds you guys are running this season. What heroes you're playing. Are you playing more support, defense? What are you guys doing? That kind of stuff. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.